Hello again. It's me. I'm back from the land of the cutting knives and nurses and things. That was fun. Um, my first video after that, and I can say I can stand up now and walk fairly well. Still another operation to go, but I'm getting there. The other day, yesterday in fact, I posted a picture of tidying up and servicing Richard. There were a number of people who said, "Who the hell's Richard?" Well, maybe it's best if I just give you a quick. Sorry, I'll perch on here if you don't mind. A quick rundown for those people who aren't aware of what I get up to. This is a tool I made in collaboration with a guy called Richard Tomes, who sadly died halfway through, very suddenly, quite young. He was a genius. He made beautiful things like holdfasts and anything out of metal. He was a blacksmith par excellence. We used to converse very frequently on another forum, and he lived up north in the Midlands, and he was into making things of metal, and decided one day to make a metal body, dovetailed, and we met up at a timber merchant's, one of their open days, and he just gave me the sole and said, "Here, I'll get on with this." So that was the start of Richard. He's called Richard after Richard, but halfway through, as I say, he died, and sadly, and I had to do all the metal bits that were left, like the blade and the lever cap and everything else, and of course the wooden parts. But after 2 years of farting about like that with a milling machine, hand tools, various other bits and bobs that I'd never used before, he was born. Obviously I love him. He's quite sentimental to me, but quite a few people said, "Well, can you tell us the story? Tell us what it is, and show us it in use." It's a panel plane. I've got a couple of panel planes. It's an Infill panel plane, the stock standard size, about 15 inches, made for flattening and smoothing out panels. Very heavy, weighs in about the same as a Norris of the same size, but it is quite wide. It's got a 65 millimeter. God knows what that is in foreign. Hold on. It's a 2.5 plus a smidgen. So many thick. It's quite big. It's a very thick iron. It's 5 millimeter plus 3 millimeter cap iron. So you're talking about 8 mil thick. So it's quite authoritative. When you push it, it goes and it doesn't stop. Got to get that out of the way before I use it. Just noticed that lump of steel is not a good idea to put in front of one. The reason I'm doing a video today is I also got this plane from Aaron Watts. Thank you, Aaron. That was really nice of you to send me the stuff that you had in the shed, sort of thing, and that, and a load of these auger bits which I've used already in anger to drill another hole in Mr. Rugo. Anyway, I've tuned this up, Aaron, so we'll have a look at that in a second. I wanted to do that to make sure that it worked okay. Flatten the sole, as you can see, it's quite flat now. That was on 80 grit paper, rough paper really. It's quite smooth already, and I just wanted to do that so that before I start restoring the actual, it's quite dry. It's been stuck in a shed, not been used. It's in good nick. I reckon that's going to be a stonking plane. Anyway, no further to do. I shall show you how this. Now you've seen these videos with these little Japanese men, and they don't just do it like, you know what I mean. They got the plane and they put it at the end of the bit of wood, and they get someone to sort of pull it along like that, and they end up with a shaving. Well, this is a push plane, so it's a Western plane, so I'll do a similar thing, but bit of pine, nothing special. Can do it with hardwood, doesn't matter. It's quite authoritative, and it leaves a glass-like finish. Douglas hates it when I throw stuff up in the air like that, but I don't. So as you can see, don't get much better than that. And it doesn't. There's absolutely. I mean, I can, like I say, do it with one hand, and it doesn't. It doesn't need any effort whatsoever to make what is basically a botanical sample, as you can see. And it just does it all day long. 01 tool steel, can't get much better than that. Sharp as hell, like a razor scalpel, and there isn't, in my opinion, a better plane, type of plane ever made, because infills just have weight. They have an impetus. They have really thick irons, and as I mentioned before, they just have mojo. This one's got it in spades. Absolutely no noise at all. It's just beautiful sound of doing this. I could do this all day, you know what I mean? It's just so much fun. But I feel like David Charlesworth here. No ruler trick on this, by the way. Don't need it. We can do sycamore impressions. Yeah, I think we can. Do this all day. I won't do it all day because it will bore everybody to tears, so we'll leave the last one just floating in midair. So, Erin, what I did was I got this whole idea, and I'm not entirely sure if this is about as fine as I can set it, but it's not going to be of the same. It's not going to be of the same level, because I need to sharpen this iron as well a bit more, but not quite the same thinness. That's about as close as I can get it. I can get it down a bit, but it's not bad, eh? I reckon that is not bad for an old plane that's been sitting around doing nothing. And you know, obviously sharpen up the iron a bit, tune the sole a little bit more. I don't know if I can get any more out of this. Yeah, quite thin, not continuous though. So the iron needs sorting out a little bit, squaring up, but basically I'm quite impressed. It'll be tuned. Let's just flatten this off and finish, eh? And of course it won't do it now because it's all out of line. So we'll just make a few cuts to straighten it up. And as you can see, before using that, because of the length of it, I'm going up and down. I've taken quite a lot of valleys and hills out of it. So now I just have to bring it back to normality, completely flat and straight. Eventually, after about half a dozen cuts, this has produced a flat surface and you get one continuous shaving. See how slow we can go. Whoops. Hang on. The Japanese do it like that, don't they? Really slowly. It comes out the top. Not quite their standard, but they use some amazingly perfect wood and some seriously sharp irons. Well, not bad for a British plane. Not bad. Anyway, that's it. Richard, the my panel plane, which will be in the heirloom chest forever, I think, and go in with all the other tools from the 18th century. you can just leave me. I'll just get on with this and just. This is baby's bum. I mean, this is baby's bum. This is baby's bum. Look at that. Shiny. It's totally smooth. Not quite square. I wasn't concentrating, but smooth. So, my first video after coming back. Hopefully, there'll be some more. I look forward to doing those. But this is just to fill in for somebody who was asking about the panel plane. Take care. Bye bye.